Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome to the Thought Leader Lounge. Woohoo! It's Monday. We're getting ready to create some magic in the lounge. So happy you're here. And if you are joining us on Zoom right here in the Thought Leader Lounge live, please say hello in the chat. If you're joining us on social, on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you're joining us from, say hello in the comments. What are you grateful for today? It's Monday. It's a new week. It's summer if we're in this hemisphere of the world, winter in other areas of the world. So what are you grateful for today? I want to know in the chat and in the comments as we get ready. We've got 1 minute till we officially start this week's episode of the Thought Leader Lounge. So happy you're here. Go ahead too and maybe take some deep breaths, give yourself some stretches. Jump on camera if you're on Zoom so we can see you. Hi, Paige. Welcome. Glad to see you. I know Carol and Heather are connecting. Pam's here. Awesome to see you, Pam. We are geared up for a fabulous time together here in the lounge today. And we're going to be deep diving into a really simple but important strategy if you're going to write anything the rest of this year and you want to set it up for success. Finn, we're live on the Thought Leader Lounge. You want to say hi? All right, you guys want to meet Finn? So he is on summer vacation, just finished sixth grade. You want to say hi to everybody? Hi. All right. Well, we're in the middle of our show, so you can. Okay. All right. I don't know what you said. You'll have to write it down because we're in the middle of the lounge. It's time to get going and it is time to party. All right. So last week we had a business breakthrough. If you were here last week, put a B in the chat or in the comments. We did a business breakthrough with one of the two founding partners of Academic Intelligence. So Lauren was on with us, her business partner, Ronnie Burnett. They'll hopefully be back this week to let us know what action they took based on the business breakthrough. So I'm excited to meet with them a little bit later in the morning. And for now, what we want to do, hi, Courtney, glad to see you. What we're going to do in the lounge today is talk about one of the most frequently searched questions on Google. Like when people are thinking about writing a book, a blog, an article, doing something with their writing, they ask like, how do I make it how do I make it something people want to share? How do I make it a bestseller? How do I set my writing up to be, in the bestseller category from the very beginning? And it's something we teach all the time in our programs, in our community. And I want to take us through a framework today so that you can put your current writing project. Hi, Lauren, welcome back. So good to see you. So that you can put your writing project through this framework and either tweak it, align it, up-level it, or if you're just thinking about starting a book, a blog, an article, this might really help you fine-tune your concept and make sure that it's set up to make maximum impact before we start. So that's what we're going to be up to in the Thought Leader Lounge today. But Lauren, I was just bragging about you a little bit, and we were talking about you were in the love seat for the business breakthrough last week. And let's give a few minutes in case Ronnie's going to pop on and join us, because we wanted to hear an update from what happened week to week, right? So what we're going to focus on today is a 3-part framework that you can use to either refine and up-level any writing project, or you can use it to get clear on a concept before you even start writing. Now I use this before any project I write, if it's a book or an article or a short or long form. All right, so that's what we're going to be up to in terms of our practice for the lounge today. Also wanted to make a couple of announcements that our next best-selling book intensive is this Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. If you are wanting to make progress on your writing project, or you're wanting to start a writing project and take what we do today further and have a 3-day training with me, you can still register and get in on the best-selling book intensive. And we've got that link here in the chat if you're in Zoom, and we'll post it on social as well. So it's a really, really powerful training. People pay us lots and lots of money to do this training, and we're making it available at a very special rate for the summer for all of you to be able to do it. So if you want to make progress on your writing this week, you absolutely want to get in to the best-selling book intensive. And All of you that do the intensive are then going to get a 3-week writing sprint where I'm going to be in your inbox every day. And I'm going to be encouraging you, motivating you, whether you're taking action on marketing writing for your business, whether you're writing a book, whether you're doing articles, it's for all of that. Okay. So you can come to the Best-Selling Book Intensive this week because it's online. We don't, cap spots, and you're welcome to join us. So that link is there. And we've got our next Abundance Accelerator meeting today at 2 p.m. Eastern. And it is going to be incredibly powerful because we're going to link your purpose to the income that you're generating to create a much bigger magnetic force for you to have a huge money breakthrough this week. So you can still get in to both the Abundance Accelerator and the Best-Selling Book Intensive, and those links are here for you. If you're not in those two incredible trainings this week, you want to get in on them so that you can move your project forward in the intensive, and you can generate the revenue that you deserve to have for all the things that you want to support in your life. All right. So that's what's going on. Those are announcements. Now, let's talk about this big question. People say, I really want to write a book, or I want to do articles. I want to write compelling emails. I know that there's this writing in me, but it's a big investment of my time, my resources, and I want to know it's going to be successful. And while there are no ultimate guarantees of how many books will sell or how many people will sign up with us through an article or a blog post or an email that we write, there are 3 key things we can do to drastically increase our chance for ultimate impact and success with our writing projects. So I'm going to take us through this exercise. If you've done the Best-Selling Book Intensive before, you will have seen this. And I want you to go through it again with this new lens on your current writing so that you can see, have you optimized all of these? Okay, we're going to go through the 3 parts. And I'm going to ask everybody, no matter where you are in your process, to think about, are all 3 of these things happening in your current project? This works just as well for an email campaign as it does for a book. That's the truth. So I want everybody to put in the chat that's here live or on social in the comments, what is your current writing project? Just share so you're clear in your mind, or if you're not started yet, the one you're thinking about starting. Okay, so it could be, I want to do really high converting emails for my new program. I'm working on a 3-part trilogy, Courtney. I didn't need to say 3-part and trilogy, right? It's sort of redundant there, but we know what I mean, right? I'm working on a book on this. All right. So let's see some, right. Lauren, great. Lauren's working on her web copy for the new business. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. I'm finishing a book about what we teach here in Thought Leader Academy. Pam, yes, you've got your book for midlife women. It's going to be a revolution. It's going to be awesome. Good stuff. Keep those ideas coming. And then I'm going to get ready to do our screen share because I have a visual to share with you all today. Courtney, I love it. You're doing a 30-minute presentation for a coach summit. Fantastic. This works also for talks. Yes, this absolutely. We apply this in all the kinds of content that you might develop. Email campaigns page. Great. Okay. So here's what we're going to look at. You're going to go see my big desktop with all the stuff, all the tabs open, but I'm going to get the chat going here so I can still see you. Okay. So could you give me a thumbs up if you see identify your best-selling book idea? Great. So again, translate, this is book idea, it's article, it's web copy, it's signature talk, it's anything at all. And I believe there are 3 things that put us into the bestseller zone, high impact zone, high converting zone. You can make that zone whatever your desired outcome is. Okay. So we're going to start with the top right-hand circle, and we're going to look at this is just what, after reverse engineering 100 of the top New York Times bestselling books and thought leaders and, signature talks. These are 3 things that they all do, whether it's a great email or a full-length novel, all of them do these 3 things in some way. The first is that there is some element of as the author of this content, your great passion and expertise, right? You care. It's important to you. If someone just says, oh, you should do a business about this or write a book about this, you're not going to feel the passion. You're not going to feel the fire. But they always say passion in the writer equals passion in the reader. So if you deeply care about this topic, your readers, your audience, your customers are going to feel it, right? So it's also your expertise. Now, some people get freaked out at this one because they think, oh, expertise means I have to have a PhD or I need to have gone to Harvard. No, what we're talking about is that you've lived something, right? You've had some experience with your topic, either lived, or maybe you do have a PhD, or you did go to Harvard, or you do teach on this. That's great. Own the heck out of that, right? But I want everyone to we're going to do a scale of 1 to 10 for each of these 3 areas. In your current writing project, what would you rate yourself on the area of your passion and expertise? 1 is like, I'm not feeling it, and I really don't have a lot of experience with this topic. And a 10 is like, I could do this all day long. I could talk about it. I dream about it. I love it. And I've really got some mastery in this area. Okay, so just give yourself a 1 through 10. Yeah, Lauren, 8.5. Beth, you're a 7. Great. Pam, you're a 9. Awesome. Paige, 10. Great. So there's no good, bad, right, wrong number. We just want to know where we are, right? Because we can continue moving our numbers up. You don't have to be at all 10s to write a best-selling book or a high-converting email. You don't. It's just, let's know where we are. Okay. Now, second circle, top left, this is huge. This is the basis for every great talk, book, coaching program, marketing sequence. In what ways are you helping your reader or audience or future client solve a challenge or achieve a dream? That's, I mean, just truly, like, if we do that, the reason the book becomes a bestseller or the talk gets a standing ovation or your email has 10 people sign up for your program that's coming up is because you've helped someone solve a problem or achieve a dream in some way. It doesn't mean you solve the whole problem and achieve the whole dream in one book or email or signature talk, but have you moved it forward? Have you helped them solve a challenge or achieve a dream to an extent? So let me give some examples and then we'll rate ourselves. All right. In our current project. So let's say you are helping, I'm just like going to make something up. You are helping people be more productive, right? Your whole thing is about, you've got a cool system around productivity. So what's a challenge that your reader or your audience or your future client has? Well, probably they're procrastinating. They are busying themselves with low but urgent important items. So they're zeroing their inbox, they're putting out fires, but they're not probably taking action the way they want to on the most important things. They have challenges around getting, if I can just say, done, right? They've got challenges around that. And so your system is going to help them because their dream is probably to do the things that matter. It's to be a more present parent or partner, or it's to write the book, or it's to create the course, or it's to launch the business. But they're spending all their time, if it's about productivity, like sort of burning away, like the little match girl, just burning away the hours on this like urgent but unimportant stuff. And your system is going to help them solve a problem or achieve a dream, right? So think about your own, just kind of close your eyes, and just relax and feel into it, and just like no judgment, no comparison. How do you feel around your current project, helping people solve a challenge or achieve a big dream? Just scale of 1 to 10. Again, there's no right answer. We just want to know where we are. And you can put it in the chat again if you want to, if you're on Zoom, or in the comments if you're on social. Yeah, Lauren's Lauren's an 8, Paige is an 8. Yep. Great. 8, 10, Courtney. Yep. Great. And Beth's a 10. Okay. So nice high numbers on this one. That's amazing. This is in a lot of ways the most important, because this is what has people say, you've got to read this book, or we've got to do it for our book club, or you need to sign up for this thing, or you need to hear this person's talk, right? This is why, because we're helping people solve a challenge or achieve a dream. In the best-selling book intensive, I'll help you structure your whole project with a full outline and how to fill it all in, because we'll have more time. But right now, this is a huge piece to identify. And if those of you that have high numbers, because most of you do, that are on Zoom today, you can feel really good about what you're creating then. Remembering too, that we don't need to be like a fully actualized master, best in the world, Mozart like composer to really achieve this. You can be, again, we talked a seventh grader to someone's fourth grader is massively powerful, and sometimes much more approachable and accessible. Sometimes people don't want to sit in a room with Mozart and learn how to pick up a violin for the first time. They feel like an idiot, right? But if you're in with someone who's like, hey, I've been playing for a while. I really love it. It's such a fun instrument. I'm going to show you some things to help expedite, until you can really play some music that is pleasing to you and feels that you can feel really proud of yourself about. Okay. All right. Now, this third bottom, anyone who's ever worked in public relations or in journalism or pitched the media, you know how crucially important this third bottom circle is, because it's the difference between people feeling like, oh, that's interesting, and I've got to read this and share this now, or watch this now. This can work for videos that you make on YouTube as well, right? So what is it about your topic that is urgent, relevant, irresistible right now? Okay. Most of us, if not all of us watching, have what are called evergreen visions, meaning that it will always be important for people to have transformation around your topic, right? If you're writing a novel and one of the things you help readers do is escape to a different world, that's never going to probably our current reality is not going to be so utopian that we're never going to want like a delicious escape or to experience another world or be inspired, right? We're always going to want that. Same with getting into college or getting, I'm just looking at, those of you that are on Zoom where I know your visions, or recovering from a traumatic, injury page, or, all these different things, right? So, but what we want to start to look for are what they call hooks, right? Hooks that are things happening in culture, in the media, in society, in research, science, whatever it is, that make what you're talking about so urgent now. So an example I like to use to go through this whole thing is the book, The 5 Love Languages. So put 5 in the comments or in the chat if you've heard of that book, read that book. It's a book, I think it came out in the 80s or 90s, right? And it's this lovely book about the topic, right? The topic is, if we look at the right-hand top circle, I think it's is it Gay Hendricks or Gary Chapman who did that book? I get them because they both wrote around the similar time. But anyway, the passion and expertise. Here's a thought leader who cares deeply about people being in loving relationship with each other, having great marriages or partnerships, great relationships with kids and coworkers. As the author, he's like, yeah, Gary Chapman. Thank you, Jill. So he's passionate and he has expertise as a therapist, coach, he has expertise in this area. So, okay, circle number 1, check. Circle number 2, top left, if we use this mini case study of the 5 love languages, yeah, he's helping people solve a challenge, which is, I want to feel more connected in my intimate relationships. I want to receive the love that I desire. And his premise is, if we want to receive the love we desire, we need to give the love to the people in our lives in the way they like to receive it. So people's challenge is that they give the love they want to receive. I'm a big words of affirmation person. If you know your love language, you can put it in the chat. So when someone says, I love you, or they acknowledge in some way, or that was really meaningful. And when readers write to me about how my books have impacted them, it's very, very powerful for me to receive that. So I would always say to my husband, I love you. And I would praise him and I would thank him. And I was very verbally affirming to my husband. Well, when we did the 5 love languages, we found out like words of affirmation is his 5th love. It's like on the last one on the list. He loves physical connection and he loves acts of service, which is where you like do things for the other person, right? That is how he feels most loved. So when I started just focusing on physical connection and doing things for him and not, making a big deal out of it. It's like if he always takes out the trash, I just would take out the trash. Or every week I would think of at least 2 things, like what does he normally do? And I do it for him without him asking or even thinking about it. And he was it could see the relationship like shifting and changing. And he was being so effusive and sharing, that love with me, right? So verbally, right? In the way I like to receive it. So the challenge is, how do we communicate and love each other in the best way? And then the dream is like just this really more euphoric, beautiful, connected relationship, right? But now let's go to this bottom circle. You could say, well, when is that not important? So I always make the joke that if Gary Chapman wanted to make another $1 million, he could have re-released the 5 love languages during the pandemic. And he could have written a new introduction about, hey, how when we're sequestered at home and sheltering in place, like it's going to bring up more relationship issues potentially, depending on how things are going. If you've been in a thing where everyone's running around all the time and you're not doing too much physical time together, that might be really challenging. And so he could have released a whole new edition around the 5 love languages at home, 5 love languages during a pandemic, 5, like, you know what I mean? So the urgency and relevancy was, hey, we're now in an ultimate test of relationship, where we are at home without the same kind of distractions. I mean, can you imagine if we'd had the pandemic before the internet? It would have been a whole different ballgame, but we had it, we had the internet, but we weren't, running around, taking trips, doing different things, going out to restaurants. So depending on what people's lifestyles were, that was either a big deal or it wasn't. So this is an example of what's relevant now. And how can you find out? Because I have so many clients come to me and say, I don't know how to see what's relevant, urgent. It's so easy right now. Go on Google, open up social media, look at a news feed, and just see what people are complaining about or asking for help around. That's all you need. Like, and look at studies. You can set up Google alerts on your topic. They'll send you anytime there's a new study or article comes out on your thing. You can have if you work with a virtual assistant, you can have someone do a little research. You can go to, I think it's askthepublic.com. And you just type in your topic and you'll get all the most frequently searched for topics around most frequently asked questions around your topic. And you can find out what people are actually, asking about. You can go on social media feeds. A really fun thing is go on the top influencers in your niche, in your industry. Go on their social media feeds and just read the comments. Like, forget what they're even posting. Just go down in the comments and read what everyone is either asking about, complaining about, frustrated, and you become the solution. It's like, hey, you could even say, in the last 2 weeks, there have been over 800 comments on social media that I've been able to find where people are frustrated about X, or they're wishing for X. This is an amazing place to create your content from. It's also how you will pitch yourself to be on podcasts, on TV, in print articles, on radio shows, because you're going to show what's happening right now around your topic. So, thanks, Jill. Jill just posted answerthepublic.com for you all. So if you want to grab that link, you can go and do this. So this is the 3 elements. These are the 3 elements that pooled together will put your writing project, your email, your course, your signature talk into the bestseller zone, which simply means where you're impacting a massive amount of people and making a maximum amount of income with your work. So I'm going to stop this share here for a moment and just put in the chat if you have, what's good about this? What's good about thinking about these 3 components: your passion and expertise, how you're helping people solve problems and achieve dreams, and then why is it important that they take action around it now? In Lauren and Ronnie's case from last week, it's like, because college admissions, because of the pandemic, just went to a whole new stratosphere of challenging. It was already challenging and competitive, and now it's bonkers. Right? So what's urgent now is like, yeah, people, if they're considering higher education, always are going to need guidance on that. But right now, people are having 4% acceptance rates at some of these schools, like completely nuts, right? So they need Lauren and Ronnie to guide them through this process, right? So we want to know what's urgent. So rate yourself on circle 3. Scale of 1 to 10. 1 is, I really don't, in my marketing, my writing, my project, I really don't think about what's urgent right now. I haven't really given that much thought. 10 is like, I'm all over this. I have hooks, I have media, I have studies, I have data. And let's just see where we are on circle number 3. Great. Paige, you're a 9. Beth, you're a 10. Raymond's a 7. Yep. 7, Pam. Great. Great. 3, Courtney. Yeah. So some of us have thought about it a little bit more. Some of us have an opportunity. Here's how I want us to relate to this exercise today. There is nothing better about being at all 10s, except you're further along and you're just like firing with your engines. You know, you've got fuel on both your engines, right? If you're at a lower number on one of these circles, that's pure opportunity. It's pure untapped opportunity. So it's a win-win. Using this Venn diagram to me is always a win-win, because I either see I'm on the right track and I'm like, yes, I feel super affirmed and I proceed for all systems go. Or I see, oh gosh, I really am high on, I had this happen once. I had started a book project and something felt off. And I went through these 3 things and I thought, I'm really high. It helps people solve a problem or achieve a dream. I had really good hooks to why it was relevant. I realized I wasn't passionate. I had lost the fire. So I was like, oh, I either get to find a way to fall in love with this again, or I'm moving on to a different project. Right. And I moved on and I found something I was so much more excited about that still did the other things. So this is a tool that's here to serve you, not judge you. Right. There's not a way we're supposed to come in at a 10. It's like, where's my opportunity? So that's what I want to go to next. I want us all to think about, what's the biggest opportunity in how you're approaching your project? Is it, even if you were a pretty high number, is it injecting more passion and more explanation of your authority, your expertise? Is it bumping up, very clearly identifying how you're helping people solve problems and achieve dreams through what you're writing? Or is it the hook? Is it what's really, it's like, I'm going to go out this week and make it my mission to see what is happening in the cultural zeitgeist, this cultural conversations that makes my topic like especially important for people to take action around right now, that they need to read about it, listen to it, come to see it. So let's just take a moment, just take a, pen or get your keys and a fresh notes page and just close your eyes. If you need to first take a breath and see what's the big opportunity for you this week with your project. You can share that in the comments in the chat if you would like to be witnessed. We love witnessing you. Biggest opportunity with the 3 circles of the bestseller zone. Ray, you have a book with 39 problems. All of them are hooks in today's society. Amazing. So you're solving not one problem, you're solving 31 problems. I love that. A whole month's worth. That's fantastic. Congratulations. That's awesome. So if you already have hooks, and you already are solving problems, is there anything you want to take action on this week? Do you want to put the hooks more front and center? Are people clear when they hear about your project, what it's going to solve? Just think about that. Paige, I'm not sure what this quote is that you shared, but it sounds like maybe that's your vision of what you're going to get in the room with people who know what's going on and will take you seriously. So whatever that opportunity is, I want us all to go for it. I want us all to double down this week on the area of these 3 that you have the greatest opportunity to go further. Sometimes I am helping people solve problems and achieve dreams, but I'm not talking about it. How would anyone know? I know it's in there, but they don't know it's in there from reading my email or the website or the, invitation page or the back cover, right? So that's the thing. Courtney, what questions people are asking? Good. Okay. So Courtney's going to spend some time on really getting clear. What are the questions people are asking about in terms of how to speak and sing in front of others? Awesome, Courtney. That's going to be so powerful, because then you just become the expert that's answering their questions. Yep. Oh, great. It's your solution statement page. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Awesome work. Okay. So if you have any other questions, put them in the chat. We've got a couple minutes left that I can answer. And please do decide, what are you going to do to support yourself this week? If you're hanging with us here, you've got the Abundance Accelerator today at 2. If you're working on generating income through your vision, you can still get in. It's a 6-week container, and we're only just going into the ending the first week. So you can still jump in with us. And or you can come to the Best-Selling Book Intensive Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's a really, really powerful container. It's one of our best trainings. I worked on it for years to create my absolute best material to have you write high converting, powerful, absolutely of service writing that's going to do all 3 of these things. So you can join either of those, and you don't have to be doing a book to do the intensive. You can be working on marketing copy, you can be working on poetry collection, you can be working on essays or articles, blogs, anything you're writing. You're going to move that powerfully forward. You're going to learn how to truly set up your book or your project for success before you start. Or if you're in the middle or even in revision, you're going to learn how to make sure that you're setting that book up to make the maximum impact and generate the maximum revenue for you. So that's what we're going to be up to the rest of this week. It's a huge week here at Thought Leader Academy, for all those trainings are coming up. And I want to hear one action step that each of you are taking that is going to move your thought leadership forward this week. Okay, if you're in the Abundance Accelerator Best-Selling Book Intensive, just put that. Coming to those things that's your action step, right? But I want us all to, thought leadership starts with leading our own thoughts and then taking action on our vision. We don't spend time thinking, are we worthy? Will it work? How's it going to work out? That's not our conversation anymore. We're guided by vision, by our purpose. Yeah, Lauren is in the Abundance Accelerator. Woohoo! We're going to have a blast. So I want to see an action from everybody on social and here in the Zoom. Let's claim an action step. I am going to spend an hour on my book because I am getting it done. I am getting it done. So yes, amazing. Paige, you're going to share your statement. Joy, you're spending 3 days on your own to write your book and get it done. That is awesome. Absolutely phenomenal. So good. These are very exciting actions. I'm inspired and I'm excited to be doing this with all of you. All right. The next 2 weeks, I will not be live in the lounge because I'm going to be taking a group of our thought leaders to France. Okay. We are going to be in Paris. We're going to be in the south of France on a writing business mastermind retreat. And we'll be broadcasting some live from there. So you can join in with us, but we will be taking powerful action here in the community, even from France, because we're continuing with the Abundance Accelerator. And we're going to do a 21-day writing sprint. We'll be writing every day from France. So I'll be broadcasting there, sending you inspirational messages. We just won't be on the lounge live. So we'll be back at this format in a couple of weeks, but Abundance Accelerator continues. You can get in on the writing sprint by being part of the Best-Selling Book Intensive, and I'll be broadcasting live from France. If you like the idea of going abroad with other amazing leaders and visionaries, going somewhere cool in the world and moving your project forward, your business forward, your book forward. Yeah. It's been a dream of mine that we obviously postponed for a few years with the pandemic. So it's very exciting. And we will likely be opening up Italy 2024, Thought Leader Adventures Italy 2024 very soon. So we will have info on that if you want to get on the list. I know some of you are already on the list and it's going to fill really fast. So just know if that's on the horizon, we will keep you posted. It's going to be very exciting to be with our first group in France. And then this will be an annual, we plan this to be an annual adventure, different parts of the world. Super excited to be there with you from France. So these are fire. Beth, you're taking classes. Courtney, you're going to scour Amazon reviews. I love it. Yes. And look for the low star reviews. Courtney, that's a cool technique. So it's what the book didn't give them that they were looking for. Oh, thank you for bringing that up. This is for all of us. Go to the best-selling books in your niche on Amazon, and then go to the reviews and find you can look at the high 5-star reviews too, of course. What did they like? Because that meant they got served by the book, but also look at the low reviews. because that shows you what was amiss in that particular book that reader wanted. Now, if it's just an outlier, someone's like, this was dumb, and everyone else is like, this is a brilliant book, whatever. But if someone's like, you know what, I wish they'd given a step-by-step, suddenly guess who has a new piece of content? You do, because you can answer that need. And it's a really, really, really smart thought leader thing to do. So favorite thing you heard today in the lounge, pop it in the chat, and then we're going to adjourn so that we can all go take some powerful thought leader actions. Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up, Courtney, because the low reviews will show us what is need in the marketplace. Yep. Oh my gosh, Nadine is delivering 90 pages to her editor and doing the writing sprint every day. Woo! Fire. I love it. I now want to go on Amazon and read some reviews. I might have to add that in as one of my actions. I haven't done it in a little while. Good. You're going to lead with your thought and actions, Nadine. Finding the urgent current hook, Lauren. Phenomenal. I love it. Yeah. And then those of you that are on the Abundance Accelerator will be together in 2 hours, and a little over 2 hours. And we'll be taking this all into a very powerful further place. Great job. Awesome. Awesome showing up today. Join us for one of the other programs this week so we can stay connected all through the 2 weeks for the end of the month. And then we'll be back in the lounge again live in July. See you all soon. Great job.